Let's bring in economist and policy analyst Dimitri Brushtein, who's with Eminence Advisory. Good to talk to you again, Dimitri. First up, what's Trump at here? Now, I'd given him the benefit of the doubt, suggesting Trump's making a play to force everyone else to bring their tariffs down so that you'd end up with free trade. I was reading the Wall Street Journal, though, that I'm naive to believe that. They're suggesting that Trump actually loves the idea of tariffs. They might be an old-fashioned political tool or economic tool, but he loves them and he wants tariffs in place to restrict trade into the US. What do you think is going to play out here? What do you think his intention is?
Hi, Chris. Thanks for having me on your show. And yes, he does really believe this. He's been talking this cockamamie nonsense for 40 years. He's a true believer. He thinks that any nation that has a trade surplus with the United States is ripping off America. Now, the problem with his tariff program is that what another word for tariff is tax. And all this is doing is increasing taxes on Americans. And if President Trump and his advisors thinks that he can tax Americans to greatness, good luck with that, because it's never happened anywhere else in the world previously.
Yeah, exactly. And I would have thought the global markets and the plunging share markets, I thought that would have forced Donald Trump to reassess, because he loves to look at Wall Street as some sort of barometer of his success. But here's the president sticking by his guns.
What's going to happen with the market, I can't tell you, but I can tell you our country has gotten a lot stronger. I don't want anything to go down, but sometimes you have to take medicine to fix something.
Yeah, so he reckons this is the medicine to fix the joint. Dimitri, tell me what this is going to mean for Australia. How exposed are we? And I suppose there's the silver lining that this increases the chances of interest rate cuts in the near term.
Well, first of all, there are some who think that Donald Trump will feel the pressure of declining markets. I don't think this man is for turning. This is not a short-term thing. But what it means for Australia, there are some commentators who think this might be a short-term positive outcome for Australia, because other nations might dump some of their goods in Australia and put some downward pressure on inflation. I don't think that's sustainable. I actually think this should be, for our political leaders, the burning plank to push through the necessary economic reforms that have clogged Australia with this policy, tax and regulation detritus for 25 years and have delivered us declining standards of living, declining productivity, and an economic quagmire. I mean, if you have a look at the last Commonwealth budget, 30%, nearly 40% of the budget, or close to $300 billion, will be spent on welfare, social security and housing. That's 6 times what we're spending on defence. It's an unsustainable proposition where we're travelling.
And it's always the risk that we'll be exposed then, vulnerable when something happened. Well, guess what? Something's just happened. It's called Donald Trump and tariffs. We'll see how vulnerable we are in the months and years to come. Thanks for joining us, Dimitri. We'll catch up again. Dimitri Brushtein there.